You ever, like, wake up and you realize failure is just an opportunity to try again? This is a different angle, too. I'll be the first to tell you. Today, I sat for 40 minutes for a guy to put a pick line in. And the pick line, it took him 2 tries, and eventually, when he got the wire in, it eventually bent. It hit something. I don't know what. He doesn't know what. He says, I got some weird veins. There's nothing I can do about that. I can't change the fact that I've got weird veins. So, he can come back and he's going to try again tomorrow on my other arm. Joy. Well, it's not really that bad. It's just, you know, he needs to be done. I need it done because these IVs aren't working. This is a usual problem for me in the hospital when I'm on having antibiotics. I go through IVs like crazy. I start to have pain, and it gets painful to have an IV in. You know? But he's going to come back tomorrow and try again. I suppose learning when to stop, take a break, and come back and try again. You know? Maybe we should all learn that a little more, you know? Instead of getting wrapped up in our own narrative or what we want to happen, step back, listen a little more, speak a little less. In the shouting match that is conflict, we're oftentimes trying to figure out what we're doing and whether we've made mistakes or what kind of mistakes we made. We shout, we scream, but we don't stop and listen. Things said in anger can't really be taken back. You can't take back what you do, what you say, the mistakes you make, right? Years ago, I was married to my second wife. I wasn't taking care of myself, but I made a lot of mistakes. She made a lot of sacrifices to make sure that I could, and I still chose not to. You know? I remember pretty vividly one time she had gotten me on her insurance, and I had to go in. I was going to go in, and I was like, well, I need insulin. So, the doctor, because I had a pre-existing condition, the insurance company wouldn't pay for my insulin. That relationship is littered with stops and starts and fits. Words said that could never take back. kept picking at each other. We picked and we picked and we picked at each other. I couldn't resist. She oftentimes made me. At the same time, she was very loving, but I didn't take care of myself. I couldn't take back the words that I would say, or she could take back the words she would say. The words that stick in your mind, your self-doubt. It sticks in there. It drills in the cuts. And you don't want to believe the cuts. You don't want to believe that somebody's going to say those types of things to you or say those things about you. She had a very particular way of filling the dishwasher. I thought it was weird, but it's what she grew up with. These little neuroses that drove me up the wall. I have little neuroses too. My magic cards. That's a whole thing. I'm not even halfway through that shit. I feel like I've accomplished a lot, but I really haven't. You wake up, and you just remember your regrets. But you can't let those regrets define you. Mandy, much like, much like my other friend, would say things that cut. The anxiety, the depression leaves you feeling like you don't have any value. But you do. Leaves you drained. An intense will to die. If it's really bad. No one understands that. Hell, I don't. I can empathize with it though. I can say, yeah, that would be difficult. But those are just words from some guy. But if you have that intense will to die, if it's not that for you, I don't know what to tell you. I honestly don't. Because I haven't been there. I haven't been to that depth, that darkness. No one understands it. It's just so contrary to our existence, That intense will to die is such a contrary thing to our souls. The desire to live is actually we naturally feel so much more conscious thing that we as people can understand, but conscious will to die. What is that? What does that say about us? That We can have that. I remember in my job, one of my jobs, there was a guy, I think he had that. He eventually threw himself in front of a train. What drove a man who, on the outside, yeah, he was a little weird, but he was so depressed that he threw himself in front of a train. Didn't matter what medications we gave him, he was going to die by his own choice. I can't tell you that's reasonable, but I can't tell you people do that. People do struggle with that. Here I am struggling with a disease, an illness that I can control, but I can't control the consequences of my inability to understand the consequences when I was younger to take care of myself. Taking care of yourself is hard. I sit here with my toes gone. They took my first and second toe. And I wonder, what could I do? What could I do different? Always forward as a representation of my diabetes, my motto of how to deal with day-to-day life. I struggle with it, living it to my own motto. It works really well for blood sugars. Like, you'll have a bad day with your blood sugars. It'll be like 200s, 300s. Just be fighting it all day. Go to bed, wake up the next day, and blood sugar's like 110. Sometimes 90. At least I am. And I may be lucky. I probably am. In fact, I know I am. I get the straight lines and the bendy lines going up and straight, just sort of these nice rolling hills. Everybody else gets these little spikes that go like a heart monitor. Just bing. When I was in for my foot surgery, I tried to make a Monty Python quote. Nobody caught it. The machine that goes bing. If you know what that movie is, please just leave it in the comments down below. Yeah, I'm producing videos at an astonishingly high rate, but I don't have anybody else to talk to. I don't talk to anybody else, really. I mean, the nurses here are great, but these are other things. These are philosophical and how I see things. But I guess if I had to take anything from all of this, from conflict and resolving conflict, remember, you can only control your own actions. You can't control what other people do. You can't fix other people. You can't make other people better. You can love them. And love them all you can. Because you don't know when they're going to be gone. To those who struggle with that intense will, I'll never understand exactly what that is. But I can tell you you know what? I can't tell you anything. I can't make it better. But I can say, doesn't matter how you're feeling, what you choose to do, you are cared about. You know, there's a jewelry store that has a little button that says, I am loved. Well, you are loved. I realize that's dumb, but I'm dealing with something I don't understand. On some level, I can empathize, but I can't. I don't understand it. I struggle every day to just live. And there are people who have an intense will to die. It's irony, isn't it? Sad. Anyways, go ahead and like the video, or don't like the video. Either way, it'll help. Comment if you do seek help. You know, suicide prevention hotline or something. Call hotline, please. I realize it may be cold comfort, but call hotline. And remember, always forward, always. Love more. You know? Always forward, love more. Signing off. You guys still don't know who the hell I am. Oh well, maybe next time. Bye now.